Africa, welcome to the show. This is Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D, and I think we want to share a huge congratulations with Bontle and Pretty Ugly because they're expecting a little baby.
Absolutely. I love the blessing that is a new member to the family. And welcome to our family here on Afternoon Express. My name is Balisa Dembe. So glad that you could join us this Friday.
Friday! Now, before we kick off today's amazing show, we want to send a huge shout out to the city of Cape Town as well for being voted as one of the smartest cities in Africa for its forward-thinking practices. Cape Town scored a spot in the top 10 Big Seven Media's top 50 bucket list destinations in the world for 2019. And of course, we agreed. It's just so fabulous.
All these brains. And now with that said, today on the show, we meet refined actress Linda Sokolo, who is best known for her role in SABC1 soapy Generations, as well as SABC3 soapy Isidingo. We chat to her about her career journey.
Exactly, and she's one of my favorites. Now, for our Friday book review, we meet Costa Karastavrakis, the author of autobiographical memoir, I Am Costa, From Meth to Marathons. He chats to us about battling and overcoming addiction, as well as a couple of other things that I think we're going to be really inspired today. And of course, we come to the week 33 of this year. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
We'd just like you to tell us, if you had to write a book about your life, what would the title be? Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page.
Absolutely. And our first guest for today was born in a small township of Kanana in the Western Province. He goes by the name of Maglera Doughboy, and he's been the talk of the town for his Motswako-influenced vernacular-type style of rapping, dubbed Strata. The release of his song Bodega has attracted heavyweights in the music world and speaks about the environment in which he grew up in. Have a look.
Mama, pray for mañana when I'm by the bodega. Magazana Montana, posted by the bodega. I'm by the bodega, by the bodega. By the bodega, by the bodega. By the bodega, by the bodega. Copping golden papers, blowing at the haters. Yeah, seeing one, they go.
So if you have any questions for Maglera, please hit us up online using the hashtag Afternoon Express in your comment. Welcome to the show.
I'm so glad to be here.
You know that, I mean, your voice is just so unexpected and so powerful. So for me, it seems so obvious that you go into any kind of performance. Well, it's so very good to have you here.
I get that so much about the voice. I just never know what to say, so.
Do you do voiceovers?
I want to go into it, actually.
Yeah,
they have
definitely.
Cartoons, you know.
You should just spend all your days in studio, whether you're singing, writing, talking,
Sure.
You could do it all with that voice. But now, I mean, you've achieved so much success lately, but I mean, if you look at, or if we had to look where it all started, it didn't seem like that it was going to end like that for you. It'll start like that for you. So I think you were raised in a community that was riddled with gang violence,
For sure,
poverty.
still is.
How did you end up in the midst of it?
In terms of the street culture, or...
Well, why did you end up on the streets in the first place? Because that was your choice, hey?
It was, yeah. As a kid, you know, when you're mad and nothing else makes sense, the boys were like the best place to go. Even Bodega is me speaking about how we would always chill by the corner store.
Yeah.
Bodega is actually a term that's used in New York for a corner store.
But I mean, what was happening at home that you thought the streets were going to be better for you?
I just felt like they didn't understand.
Yeah.
And I was a very aware kid of like the situation at home. It wasn't like how it is now, where my mom's just like working a bit better and there were so many of us there. So when there's so many of us there and you feel like no one is gonna listen because everyone's focused on their stuff, it was like, let me just go see the boys in town.
But I mean, don't you get, like, I think if you've got a choice where you could rather stay at home and be at home, I mean, isn't it so dangerous? And like, what is it like? What is a night out like, for example?
Okay, home is, and you can see it on the video, but home is just like any other city, I guess.
Yeah.
My township is specific because of the brutal knife culture, you know. There's not like a lot of gun violence there, but the stabbings are crazy. And my friends are the kids who were the street kids, or some of them were like the gangsters and still are, you know.
Yeah.
It's been very hard disconnecting and at the same time staying in it enough to like change it. So I'm still very involved in like talking to them. The government at home, they bring me out sometimes for chats with the kids and stuff.
Have you ever stabbed anybody?
No.
Have you ever been stabbed?
No. We were like, I'm just scared of using that term because of a lack of a better one.
Yeah.
But we were the ones who were selling everything. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
You know, we were in between those type of people.
Yeah. How did you get discovered, and then how did music find you?
So the music happened around about the same time. I started going to town, chilling with the street kids and stuff. I changed my primary school, and we went to one that was very mixed in terms of the kids from the side of Klerksdorp that I come from. My township is next to Orkney, which is a mining town too.
Yeah.
Klerksdorp is a mining community. So what you'll find, which is like a part of like the social study of it for me, is mining towns have crazy gang culture because it comes from when gang culture started, which is like just post when black people started seeing money and stuff. So that's when people would rob the people from the mines.
Yeah.
So the music, it was my friend. His name is Tumelo, actually.
Yeah.
I always tell him they all stopped rapping. But he was like, yo, bro, I see you're new. You look like a hip-hopper. Don't you want to rap? And then I started stealing my brother's raps. He wasn't a very good rapper because he was from the township and his English wasn't so good at that time. So what I was good at was just fixing that. And then I take like poetry books. I also used to read a lot when I was a kid. I read like Shakespeare, like The Tempest, Ozymandias, stuff like that when I was like 12, you know.
I'm so happy that you thought and you wanted a better life for yourself, because speaking to you, you're intelligent, you've got vision, you know, you've got goals. So I'm so pleased that you're on this incredible journey. And of course, Kulichana is your mentor.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Oh, isn't he amazing?
That's the bro.
He's a genius.
Yeah, so I met Kuli when he was doing the One Source album with Absolute Vodka. And what happened is we have a mutual friend, his name is Apu. Me and Apu started a sound, which is a subgenre of the sound that Kuli and them do. So Kuli and...
Is that Strata?
Yes, that's Strata, which basically translates to the streets, you know, what's happening in the streets. At its most pure form, it is, I say it's grotesque. I don't think a lot of Strata will play on TV. But I feel like it's the necessary pill for anyone who wants to swallow it to understand that that's like the scale that we vibrate at because of what we've seen at home.
Listen, I find your work incredibly powerful. I can find you so talented. Best of luck with your journey, and I know you're going to go back to your townships and help the other kids that you're on the streets with and get them out of there. And yeah, well done on your journey. Really, I'm very proud of you. Let's see what South Africa wants to know from you.
Let me channel my inner doughboy. I'm joking. We've asked you on social media if you've got any questions for Maglera. And we've got Shireen Abrahams, who first shouts out and says, hey, Maglera doughboy. So a big shout out to you. At what age did you start rapping? Hashtag Afternoon Express.
I started when I was 10. I started when I was 10, and this is like my maths is so bad. 16. I've been rapping for 16 years. I've been rapping for 16 years. And what's the rest of the question?
I was going to try and help you there, but my maths is just...
I wasn't even trying to do that to
No
myself.
Shireen just says hello. She just said hello. Big ups to you.
Okay, what up, Shireen?
Amazing.
I love that. More from Maglera Doughboy, of course, at the end of the show, where he'll be giving us a spectacular performance. But after the break, we meet award-winning actress Linda Sokolo. Stay right there.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, aren't you in the mood to travel? I know I certainly am all the time. Now, you can widen your world and book your next trip with Turkish Airlines now. Ask for the Turkish Airlines stopover and purposefully book a 20-hour layover in Istanbul. Ask your travel agent or a Turkish Airlines agent about these incredible specials that allow you to experience 2 destinations for the price of 1. It includes 2 nights free accommodation at a 5-star hotel for business class and 1 night free accommodation for economy class travelers, including breakfast. All hotels located in or close to the major attractions of Istanbul. Turkish Airlines, widen your world. T's and C's apply.
Now, in our rush to leave the house, we sometimes forget our chores like turning on the washing machine. And thanks to LG's Smart ThinkQ technology, worrying about things like this is now a thing of the past. You can select specific washing modes and schedule your laundry remotely using your smartphone. And it doesn't just end there. You can also schedule washing times so that you can time it perfectly for when you get home to unload, and then you can repeat cycles. The Internet of Things technology is the name of LG's game, and it makes your twin wash as smart as possible, and you always remain connected to your Wi-Fi. This Think Smart technology makes it possible for you to do your laundry from basically anywhere. The LG Twin Wash is also available in 12 kg wash, 8 kg dry drum, plus 2 kg front loader.
Now, Linda Sakulu is one of the most esteemed award-winning actresses in our era. She began her career at the prolific Natal Playhouse, and soon after that, she blazed through the television scene with sassy roles like Cleo in Generations and multi-dimensional characters like Nikiwe Sibeko in the soapy Sidingo. But our favorite role has to be her starring in the movie Felix. Have a look at this.
Get Mrs. Klaba on the line, please. Her son's application has been successful.
You don't want a wide berth, boys?
In every one of us lies a talent waiting to be shared.
Johnny, how was our boy's first day at school?
Very nice.
But while some wait for it to be discovered, others make it happen.
Thinking of auditioning. You know you need more than rhythm.
Hardly jazz.
This is the drum solo from Living Dead's Rigor Mortis Rock.
No. Stop. Are you reading, boy?
No, sir. I'm playing the Penny Seal, sir.
Look, this is a classic jazz concert, not some hip-hop gig.
It's saxophone, tata. Yeah. Ish, I think it's broken. I think you need lessons. But I can't just play. I have to read, Bracho. Read. For Tata Zweli.
We'll make him proud.
Namhlanje uzawukhetha phakathi kwam or utatako.
I don't want to be a musician no more.
Why not?
Because you end up dead.
Let's all be existentialists. Let's party.
We are the kings of the school, so don't mess with us, you cool. We cool.
Felix, we've got to get your sax back, man.
Ladies and gents, the Buzzer Boy!
This is the story of an ordinary boy with an extraordinary talent that changed every life it touched.
Mr. Impresario!
That's me, Hal.
Oh, I loved that movie so much. I cried so much in it. Like now it's almost like reminding me of it. Connect with us on our social media pages if you would like to ask Linda any questions. And please do remember to use the hashtag Afternoon Express. Oh, Felix. It's basically South Africa's Billy Elliot.
Yes. Written by Shirley Johnson.
Yeah.
Shot here in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And I had a fantastic time shooting that, so yeah.
It was, I believe I heard it was written by a woman, directed by a woman,
That's
produced
correct.
by a woman, like the whole thing was done.
Yes, directed by Roberta Durant.
Incredible.
Our DOP was Natalie Harhoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a great experience. What does a movie like that do for your career? Do you think enough people go and support local cinema?
You know, local cinema isn't getting as much acknowledgement as I think it deserves.
Yeah.
And the reasons are varying, truth be told, and whether it's a question of, you know, how often can we create movies, what are the budgets that we're looking at, and yeah, the society that we live in is so hedonistic. They want something that is just going to be so easy on the eye and quick and fast and so forth and so forth, that sometimes local content might not necessarily be hitting the right note sometimes. But yeah, so that's why I say it's varying.
But I think the whole world, I suppose, needs fresh content, fresh movies, and I think it should all start in South Africa. Like, if you look overseas, there's just been all these remakes of all these movies. Like, we've seen them come up with something new.
This is very true, and I think that one of the things that I do note, if one compares themselves from one country to the next, or one culture to the next as well, the more pride you have with what it is that you are and where you come from, the more inclined you are to want to support and build upon that. So I think that South Africans as a whole need to embrace South African content a lot more.
So I think the whole of South Africa is completely in love with you because of Cleo. Like, what a great, great character. But what was the character that I think has meant the most to you in your life?
Gee whiz, I can't even say there is a single one character because they all require different parts of me. So I remember when I first started with Nigiwe many, many years ago, that I literally would sweat bullets trying to encapsulate this powerful woman. And, you know, if I'm playing Felix, I'm reminiscing about what it felt like for my grandmother to raise her children under hardship. So all of these characters have got different parts and points of the human condition that I need to explore, and through exploring that, then there's obviously going to be a challenge to encapsulate that character. So they're always fun and hard to work on.
Whenever I think of you, I think the word that defines you perfectly is lady. You are such a lady, and like, you seem quite withdrawn and shy, and then when you get on stage or when you're in front of a camera, something happens and you are just so alive, and you just take on whatever character you're playing in the most magical way. You're you're such a pleasure to watch. What is your process? Like, I want to know what is happening in your body and in your mind for that transformation.
You know, strangely enough, I mean, everyone has their own style. But for me, this is going to sound weird. I have this feeling that as an actor, you don't live your full life in consciousness all the time, because once you encapsulate a character, you're allowing that person to live through your soul. Does that make sense?
That's quite deep.
So, as an individual, you will be one thing, and then once you are allowing that vessel of a character to live through you, you must allow them 100% to live through you. So that's you sharing your soul with all of your characters, which is why sometimes for actors it's so difficult to pull back from an experience, because you feel those emotions for real. You don't just breeze through it if you choose to go into it, you know, properly.
If that's your style, I suppose that's like method acting. But then sometimes that would be quite difficult to choose some characters. Like, are there any characters that you wouldn't do because it would be too intense to go through them?
The older I get, the less likely I am to say that there isn't a character I wouldn't be curious to play. Because humans are so fascinating. And one of the lovely things about being an actor, depending as well how you choose to work, is that you are not allowed to judge your character. I don't believe you should ever judge a character that you're playing. So, because once you've started judging them, then you cannot let them live in you. So,
because you've got to have that conviction. Is there a character that you'd still love to play?
Oh yeah, I'd love to play like an action character like Lara Croft or something.
I could see it. I saw you walking in those tights. You could do it. And then you also do a lot of work for actors' rights. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, more than actors' rights, I do a little bit of facilitation insofar as giving talks to young actors who are curious about getting into the industry. I am affiliated to SAGA. I'm not part of the panel of SAGA, and SAGA is the guild for actors' rights and things, and I 100% support them, because without SAGA, I think that we would we're fighting so hard for so many things that are pertaining to actors' rights. And
fair pay, good working
royalties
hours,
and
royalties,
all sorts of things. So thank heavens for a platform like Saga. But on a personal capacity, I'd say that it's just every once in a while, when I get an opportunity to just enlighten young actors, then I'm happy to do so.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here today. We know that you don't often like to do interviews, so we're so grateful to have you on Afternoon Express, and I'm pretty sure that all of your fans are absolutely loving seeing you here today. In fact, let's hear what they have to say.
Absolutely, so much to learn from Linda, and we've asked you if you've got any questions for her. We've got Ayanda Teddy, who asked, I love her so much, but my question is, out of all of the characters that she's portrayed, which one does she enjoy playing the most?
Yeah, like I say, they're all special to me. I can't, it's like a person saying, which child do you like the most? They're all equally special.
Yeah. Absolutely. There you've got your answer, Ayanda. We've got Khomotso Divine, who says, Matung, where has she been?
I'm here. Yeah, that's the beauty about this industry. You dip in and out for, working on different mediums. I love doing theatre, so it's not just looking for television work all the time, but theatre is also very relevant, and it's good to keep on at it because it hones your skill in a different way that television and film do.
Lovely.
Well, Linda, we've got a question here that I'm pretty sure you've never been asked before by Monkosi Khasi, who says, if she were to be a musician, what genre, kind of music would she sing?
I am so tone deaf, it's not even funny. I am not a musician, I'm afraid. I appreciate music, but I'm not a musician. So if I ever had to choose one, I don't know. I don't know, but thank you for the question.
Linda,
Awesome.
I'll answer
Thank
that.
you very much.
I'll answer that one for you. I would say you'd be a soul singer. All that soul, all that heart, that spirit speaks volumes. After the break, we prepare a tasty low-carb cheese cottage pie with Chef Rutendo. Plus, we meet author Kasta after the break.
Beautiful.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, you can widen your world and book your next trip with Turkish Airlines now. Enjoy a free professional guided tour of Istanbul, which includes the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia, Topkapi Palace, and more. Half-day and full-day tours include breakfast upon arrival and a 3-course lunch meal. Ask for the Turkish Airlines free city tour and purposefully book yourself a layover between 6 and 24 hours to qualify. And enjoy the newest addition to the tour schedule, which is the Bosphorus cruise until the 31st of October. Or why not actually enter the Istanbul-themed photo competition while on tour on Instagram and stand a chance to win 2 Turkish Airlines flight tickets. Turkish Airlines, widen your world. T's and C's apply.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares. Clover, for the love of cheese.
Made with love by Clover.
We might not be taking you on an airplane, but if you're staying in Cape Town or at home this weekend, we've got just the recipe for you. Now, we're all about the easy peasy and best of all cheesy things that just take minutes to make. And if you're making a summer body this winter, our low-carb cheese cottage pie is all the flavor and fewer calories. It's the perfect dish for that Sunday lunch this weekend. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. Remember, SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Welcome, Chef Roo, to the loft.
Thank you.
Now, I believe what brings you here today is that you're a foodie. You enjoy food and celebrate food.
Yes, so I love cooking with vegetables especially and working with food on a budget. So today we're making this beautiful pie and we will be adding some beautiful vegetables to our beef mince.
Stunning.
Yes.
Let's get stuck in. So what do we need to make this come to life?
So what we need is we've got some beef mince already browning in the pan.
Maybe I should turn this a little down.
Sure. And
Seems to be quite ready.
We've got some onions right here that we're going to add to the pan.
Okay.
Just to get some good aromas going in the kitchen.
Okay, let me help
So
you.
you can help me with that. We've also got some carrots that we will be adding to our filling.
Okay.
And some beautiful mushrooms as well.
Love that, okay.
And just to get some earthy flavors, we've got some thyme. I love cooking with herbs. It just gives some freshness to the dish.
And the aromas that come from that kitchen. It's definitely a kitchen to stay in. Okay.
So after we've just mixed all our vegetables together, it's nice to cook with vegetables in a pie because it bulks it up. So you've got a really good sort of base to your pie filling.
Okay, brilliant.
After we've combined all our ingredients, we're going to add some chopped tomatoes.
Yeah. My mom always said if you want a curried kind of mince, just add more tomatoes.
Definitely. Tomatoes just bring that richness to the sauce. With our tomatoes, we're going to add some beef stock.
Okay.
And some Worcester sauce.
Stunning. And of course, if you're a vegan or vegetarian, you can still enjoy this meal just without the meat. So you can add your choice of veggies to the dish and get going.
Definitely. You've done a really great job just combining that.
Okay.
So once we're done with our filling, we're going to move on to our topping for the pie.
Okay.
We're using some beautiful vegetables. We've got some steamed cauliflower.
Stunning. Ooh.
And some butter beans. So we're just going to mash that into our topping mash.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and help me with that. So we've got some butter beans here, and then we're just going to mash it a bit. So with our topping, we don't want to mash it to a pulp. We basically want to leave some texture so that when you have your pie, you're biting into those big chunky vegetables as well.
And it's as filling as ever.
Yes.
Okay,
So
brilliant.
to our topping, we're going to add some Clover mature cheddar cheese, which is excellent for just giving us that boost because our vegetables are very, got a neutral flavor palette. So we're just adding some cheese for that. I know you love cheese, so
I was
left
going to
that for you.
say, Chef Roo, thank you so much. Chef Roo knows me so well already. It's her first visit in this afternoon express kitchen.
Yes.
But she's got my back. So as we've mixed it, as we've mashed it,
I'm mashing
it comes out like this.
It will come out like this, and you can help me with assembling that.
Okay. So we're going to start with our mince.
So we
as
start
the
with our base.
Okay, brilliant. I think we've got everything here for you.
Yes.
And when it's done, it kind of looks something like this, looking absolutely
So
delicious.
it looks absolutely great. Again, we're adding some more cheese on top. We're going to use... Clover has an amazing range of cheeses. So there's a Tusser's cheese that you can add on top. It's excellent for melting.
Love that.
And we'll have a nice crunchy texture on the top of the pie.
Oh, and I love that gooiness, I love that creaminess along with this delicious low-carb recipe. And if you would love to try this at home, remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get the recipe sent to your device. But just in case you've missed it, here's a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares. Clover, for the love of cheese.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, for the most part of Costa Karastravakis' young life, he struggled with substance abuse and addiction. After dealing with the root of the problem, Costa has been proudly clean for 13 years. His life experience led him to write a memoir titled I Am Costa, From Meth to Marathons, and it has become a national bestseller. He joins us in the studio to share his stories. Please do connect with us online if you would like to ask Costa any kind of question, and don't forget to add the hashtag Afternoon Express to your comments. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on lucky number 13.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. Well, 13 and 3 months clean.
Amazing. Well done. I'm always so fascinated when I come across people who had a very, very intense past with drugs. Because starting reading your book and like looking at the photos in your book, it seems like you were born into such a beautiful big Greek family.
I was.
And I think, how does someone end up using meth? Like the other day, I saw that Demi Lovato was someone who was on heroin. I thought, how does someone who's, it looks like you've got it all. What led you to your drug use? How old were you, by the way, when you first started?
Well, I first got drunk at the age of 12.
Wow.
I was battling with what was going on inside of me. I felt different. There was a lot of shame. There was school bullying. It really didn't feel okay to be me. And the first time I had a drink, I was like, this is taking away that feeling of pain that I didn't understand.
At 12.
And yeah, I had a little too much to drink at 12. I never picked up hard drugs until much later in life. Addiction really took a bad turn only in my early 30s. But I was a very high-functioning drunk throughout my school, throughout varsity, and my working career.
And then when you used drugs, were you a functioning drug addict as well?
It's very difficult to be a high-functioning drug addict. The drugs brought me to my knees within 4 or 5 years.
Wow. What does drug addiction look like to you? Because I think when people think of what a drug addict looks like, they think of like a crack den and like real, like a mess. What did it look like for you?
Funny enough, it takes you there. I mean, the first time I used crack, I was on holiday in Mexico. I was staying in a beautiful resort on the Caribbean, and I was using in a crack den on the outskirts of town. Drugs take you there. No matter how glamorous you think it is, they all originate there.
How did you come to a point in your life when you thought, I can't be on meth anymore, I've got to straighten out my life?
Meth was the final drug I found, because drugs, you know, progress.
Is there really a gateway? Like, is marijuana the gateway, and then you start using stronger and then stronger and then stronger? Is that how it built?
Everybody's experience is different. For me, I can say that addiction changed form over my life. Started with alcohol, cigarettes, and then I needed more to numb the pain. That's when I found hard drugs. And you know, I started on the very hard stuff. I started on cat and some crack and cocaine. And then after a while, I found crystal meth, and that was what I wanted. It made me feel nothing.
What pain did you want to numb?
I wanted to numb a feeling of shame. A shame of being gay, a shame of being the odd one out, a shame of collected experiences that I never dealt with. I never reached out for help. I always masked it. There were so many masks, I didn't even know where to begin with uncovering those masks. And the drugs take that away. They take that pain away. I wanted to switch off, and crystal meth switched me off. And in answer to your question, it got so painful on the last day I used. I never, ever, ever wanted to feel that way again.
Physically painful?
Emotionally,
So what is meth like? So you smoke it?
Well, no, I took it in the nose.
Okay.
Yeah, snorted it up my nose.
And then what happens? What happens to your body?
It literally tells, it lies to you, okay? It basically says, I've got this. Sit back, relax, I'll take care of you. And then leads you down paths that you never thought you would be on. Doing things, thinking things, planning things. You just don't have control. Crystal meth has control.
And it's such a, I mean, I know in the Western Cape, crystal meth is a huge problem at the moment, and I think in South Africa. And it's so sad. Do you think it would have been different had you been born in a different time? Because I think born in that time, feeling shame to be gay. Nowadays, everybody's gay, but then kids have other kinds of struggles and depression.
I I think it may have been different, but I know that to this day there are new issues around LGBTQ, particularly transgender. So my story is unique. If you were born in a city, perhaps yes, but there could be somebody out there in the country who is gay, is 15 years old, and it's not okay.
Yeah. How clean were you when you decided to run your first marathon? Because if I had to decide to run a marathon, I'd have to be pretty high.
It took me like 6 years of training. It took me 6 years before I finally ran my first marathon. Yeah.
And what did that feel like for you? Because can anybody do it? I wish I was a runner. Let me tell you, I live close to the promenade, and when I see these people running and that they make it look easy, I think, oh, that's my dream, and I cannot do it. You'd think it's one foot in front of the next. It's not. It's so hard. How did you do it?
I did it one block at a time. Okay, literally, I got out of bed one day and I ran once around the block.
Yeah.
I came home and I celebrated it.
Yeah.
And in my book, I talk about aiming low. You know, don't aim for a marathon.
Okay.
Just aim to go up and down the promenade once.
Okay.
Text everybody when you finish and celebrate the little victory, because it's those little ones that lead you to a marathon. A marathon is run 1 kilometer at a time.
Yeah.
And you train just a little bit extra. We all just want to do comrades and jump out of bed and do that.
I
No.
know. I want to start at the winning line.
Join me on a park run. Join me on a 5K run.
Amazing.
Okay.
So now your book must have been another marathon to take on, but I mean, well done. It's really good. Who must read it?
Okay, so anybody who wants to... Anybody who knows anybody who's struggling with addiction or has somebody in their family who's struggling with addiction. But it's a universal story of, I like the word othering. You know, we all feel other than at one stage in our lives. And a lot of people have said that they relate to my book, even if they've never tried drugs, even if they don't understand the LGBTQ world. But they've always felt other than, or they can relate to it. It's also quite funny in places, really heart-wrenching in other places, and it's an easy read. And it's got pictures.
Yeah, I love the pictures as well, and I love the story. I just want to know, just for everybody that's going through a tough time or suffering from addiction at home, do you still struggle with it? Like, I know you've been clean for 13 years. Is it easy for you to be clean now?
Staying clean is my full-time job.
Okay.
Daily, I check in with people. Weekly, I check in with specialists. I take it super seriously. It's something that I work on, because the harder I work it, the easier it becomes. But there are sometimes I've had some stressful situations in my life where using becomes an option, but I know what to do now. I have tools.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you for being here and sharing your story. And I really hope that everybody does read your book and gains more insight as to the world of addiction and learns to run a marathon.
Thank you.
Costa, we've got a question here that wants to tune in on what those tools are. Tando D. Dlamini says, good afternoon, Costa. Addiction is still a very touchy subject in our communities and families. What are the first 5 steps one should take on the road of recovery and still be able to sustain a good social life and social relationships in their community and, most importantly, their family? #Afternoon Express.
Wow, 5 steps. Firstly and foremostly, I'm not a professional. I'm a storyteller, and this is my experience. The 5 steps for me were ask for help. That's the first thing. Secondly, open up. Be honest. Come clean. Thirdly, have some empathy for yourself and for others. Fourthly, work it. You're not going to get anywhere without working it hard. And number 5, pray, because a spiritual miracle is what saved me.
Beautiful answer. Thank you.
Beautiful words, beautiful tips. Thank you so much again, Costa. Now, after the break, we give you all the info on how to enter to be a contestant on the exciting Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9. Plus, we meet 2 of the top 10 finalists of the 2019 Face of Ponds competition.
I'm Bert Bosch, I'm a musician and actor, and I live in Johannesburg. Come find your smooth fame and fortune with me, Bauer, on Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao. I'm super excited to go to the island and have some fun in the sun, and hopefully you can join me. My favorite Tropica flavor is orange. It's not just a good color, it's also a great taste. It's smooth, and it's romantic like the sunset. My ideal teammate must be fun, strong, be up for some jokes, and be up for some money. You know you want to be part of the smooth fame and fortune on the tropical island of Treasure, Curacao this year. I know you want to. All you need to do, you buy a Tropica, you follow the entry details on the back of the bottle, you make a video, you upload it to Twitter or Facebook or Instagram with the hashtag TIOT9 and tell me why you want to be on my team. Remember, when you send your audition tapes in, keep it funny, keep it fresh, be yourself, but be different, and don't be better looking than me. And then you could be winning fame and fortune with me on Tropical Island of Treasure, Curacao.
Coming up on the next brand ambassador.
Does Durban have what it takes in order to stand out from the crowd?
Too many people want to insert their spices into the biryani.
No one is listening to me, so I decided to walk out.
By this stage, it's the Wild West.
What is going on?
My heart literally sunk.
That's not what we agreed upon.
He doesn't belong here.
Ooh, the clothes are coming out.
That's the next brand ambassador, Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3. Proudly brought to you by Capitec.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, Pali, you know Tropica Island of Treasure? Well, it is back in full swing this year, and they are heading to Curacao in the Caribbean, man. It's an island ideal to discover smooth fame and fortune.
Oh, absolutely, Jeannie. Listen, I'm all clued up. And Tropica fans can enter by posting their entry videos on social media simply by using the hashtag TIOT9.
So I was actually looking at some of the entry videos earlier, and I came across Elaine Kay's video. Let's take a look at what she's got to say. Love you, Elaine.
I'm Lani. The reason I'm excited about possibly being part of Team Tropical is because it'll be a wonderful experience, and on top of that, it'll be the perfect platform to show the smoothness in embodying mental and physical strength. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, Lani, you are so cute.
Absolutely. You know,
She's
Jeannie, do you know what I like about her? I loved her calmness. I feel like she expressed herself quite well. Absolutely. What do you think?
I think she is absolutely amazing. I love her calm nature. And I think that it's actually a quality that would serve her well on the island. Because think of the other people that we've had. They've been quite wild. And I think when there's all that chaos happening on the island, you know, you need somebody who's just going to be reserved and then let everything happen around them and then go in and win.
And attack.
Yeah.
And get that money. Now,
That would be my
Jeannie,
strategy.
I have to agree with you. Remember, at home, you can still enter by recording a video of yourself describing how you would outsmooth your competition on the island. You can load the video on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook using the hashtag Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9. And it can be you winning smooth fame and fortune on this island, Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao. Remember, T's and C's and more information can be found on tropica.co.za.
Okay, now I'm ready for this week to be cancelled. I'm ready for the weekend to begin. And we are going to start that for you by having the amazing Maglara Dope Boy coming up.
Absolutely.
This is Season 9 of Tropica Island of Treasure. Welcome to Curacao in the Caribbean.
Buy Tropica and come find your smooth fame and fortune. Audition online now to compete with your favorite celeb,
And you could join us in paradise.
and stand a chance to win your share of a smooth 1 million rand. Grab a Tropica for details and see you in paradise.
The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win hundreds of thousands of prizes. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Now we're reaching the end of the Face of Ponds competition, which is looking for one incredible young South African woman the chance to become their next 2019 brand ambassador. And today we meet our last two finalists, Moipane Moroba and Asipe Nompozolo. And we're going to learn more about their goals and aspirations and find out just how Ponds can help them turn this into a reality. With 10 amazing finalists, all competing to be the new face of Ponds, the iconic skincare brand has opened up voting to give you the opportunity to decide who's going to be the ambassador for their brand.
My name is Moipane Moroba. I'm a trainee junior fashion buyer and I'm 27 years of age and I currently reside in Johannesburg.
My name is Asipe Nompozolo. I'm 22 years of age. I do public relations management at Cape Peninsula University of Technology. I currently live in Cape Town, but I'm originally from Port Elizabeth.
Moipane, I want to start off by just saying a huge congratulations for making it this far in the competition. I mean, how does it feel to be one of the top 10 finalists for the Face of Ponds?
It is such an honor. It has been an amazing experience. It's just been great, honestly speaking.
You seem like such an ambitious woman. I mean, share some of your goals with me. And how do you think Ponds can help you achieve them?
One of my goals is to inspire young women, especially from my hometown in Matatiele, and having such a prestigious brand that celebrates women from all walks of life, and most importantly, it gives them a voice.
Oh, and you're using your voice so beautifully to inspire indeed. Asipe, what was your reaction when you got that phone call saying you've been shortlisted as a top 10 finalist for the Face of Ponds?
To be quite honest, it really felt unreal. I really thought they were pranking me. It was an amazing moment, but it didn't feel real. But now that I'm here, it feels awesome.
Well, pinch yourself, darling, because real it is. You seem like a fun, bubbly, light personality. And in your own words, you describe yourself as someone who takes action. So what are some of your goals beyond being the Face of Ponds?
I'm all about women empowerment, and winning this competition would allow me to become a representative for empowering women from all backgrounds and culture. I mean, the title is a phenomenal platform to inspire women and has the opportunity to inspire and engage with people from all walks of life.
Absolutely.
What helped me stand out from the thousands that have entered the competition is that I am a person who thrives on challenge and constantly set goals for myself. I'm a person who's always looking for an opportunity to grow and to do better.
I believe that everyone is beautiful in their own way. I believe in natural beauty, and I think that makes me stand out because I'm always looking natural, and Ponds give me an opportunity to stand out and inspire other women to embrace their inner and outer beauty.
This experience has been great, meeting all different women from all walks of life and just learning about them, being inspired by them has just been a great journey in general.
To be quite honest, it has been the biggest experience of my life. First of all, I didn't believe it. It really felt unreal, but I feel amazing right now.
You've met all the finalists, and now it's time to let the Ponds team know who you want to become the next Face of Ponds by voting at faceofponds.co.za. Well, there you have it. We've met all of our beautiful top 10 finalists, but only one can be crowned the Face of Ponds 2019 winner. Now, there isn't much time left for you to vote as the competition is coming to a close. So don't forget to vote for your favorite by visiting faceofponds.co.za, selecting an image and clicking the submit button. The winner will be announced on the 20th of August.
I am the Face of Ponds. Are you?
Still to come on Afternoon Express, we have my new favorite rapper, who it's your first time on TV today, actually. First performance and first interview.
First interview.
Amazing. Oh, we can't wait for your performance. What are you going to be singing for us?
I'm doing Bodega for you guys today.
Bodega after the break.
My name is Pesi Khivazi. I'm a TV presenter. You might recognize me from Selima Tunzi. To join me on the island to find fame and fortune, all you have to do is go buy yourself a bottle of Tropica and follow all the entry details. Take a video of yourself explaining why you would be my ideal partner. All you have to do is hashtag TIOT9 and upload that on all of your social media platforms. Join me on the island and come find your smooth fame and fortune on Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao.
Yeah. 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 Muevo, designer. Dream dinero, números, mulato.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, Maglera Doughboy was nominated for Hype Magazine's 27 freshman list, and they were on the ball with that nomination. His fresh twist on Motswako rap has revolutionized the current hip-hop music scene, performing his most popular single titled Bodega. Maglera Doughboy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, Muevo, designer. Dream dinero, números, mulato mañana. Mama pray for mañana. When I'm by the bodega, Magazana Montana, posted by the bodega. I'm by the bodega, by the bodega, by the bodega, by the bodega. By the bodega. Couple water pimples blowing at the haters. Yeah, see one, they go. Young Gita Kogan got the Donny. Mindset, Rico. Ouija, moccasins, and the side secret. It's for the toes. Paint pictures with the rebel youth, cause we never listen. Van Gogh, kinfolk. Streets treated us like kinfolk. Black boy, been broke. How we plugs, yeah, we see dope. See dope, yeah, it seem dope. Choby Duck, I never seen hope. It's a scene in the movie what we seen that we never put it on the screen. Hell no. Too graphic, grotesque, ghoulish, township-esque. I could talk, por favor. Corner conversation, connoisseur. High fashion, high fashion. Dreams of Makazana, high fashion. Cousin had the gold tooth with the toothpick. Some of my niggas got fashion. High fashion, high fashion. Talking Makazana, high fashion. Big boy in boat shoes, bust for cousins with the cousin. I ain't never lagging. High fashion, high fashion. High key, we just wanted lavish. Trying to turn the ghetto into Paris. Fly boys, no Aladdin. Muy huevo, designer, designer. Dream dinero, números, mulato mañana. Mama pray for mañana. When I'm by the bodega. Magazana Montana. Posted by the bodega. I'm by the bodega, by the bodega. By the bodega, by the bodega. By the bodega, by the bodega. Cup and golden papers, blow methods. Yeah, situated. Slept in the trap house, woke up 5-star hotel bed. Slept in the trap house, but I woke up in the plane. Shop fed, hostess, I'm hosted. Full out my trailer for the fed. Never ready, unexpected day was never ready. Never recollected all my blessings, mama prayers. Kept a young nigga face steady. Posted with some poor people, politicking people, but we shared planet. Told my boys we were television, nobody do jelly on the telly. Telling people wet, rap prophetic. Speech aesthetic, make them be kinetic. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious with the alphabetic joke. Unapologetic, start the academics. Young Melanite, raw nigga, Kevin cut from a real cloth. No synthetic G's in the gene, cause in this genetic streets getting meaner. Kids getting neatness. Black youth, day. Sways out of Fina. That's why we dream with the dreamers. Scheme with the schemers. That's why we kicking Gilly Gitsy dialect with Damien's demeanor. Six. Muy huevo, designer. Dream dinero, números, mulato mañana. Mama pray for mañana. When I'm by the bodega. Magazana Montana. Posted by the bodega. I'm by the bodega, by the bodega. By the bodega, by the bodega. By the bodega, by the bodega. Cup and golden papers, blow methods.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.